Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new Rant with Dez. Happy Thursday through Wednesday, evening, night, morning, and afternoon. Even though it's night now, being I'm going on at 10:30 Central Time p.m. I just figure I would do a Holy Thursday when I was going to go earlier, but it took me a few moments to figure out the whole system. It's one of those things I'm kind of retarded on this kind of stuff, but it's still fun to do, and I enjoy being live with you on the YouTube. And my plan is by next week we will actually finally have the panel that I was planning a long time ago. But one thing at a time, but it's Holy Week. I want to talk about Holy Thursday. I'm a proud Christian, but more importantly, I'm a proud Catholic. People will say, Des, how dare you be a proud Catholic? What do you mean about that? Talking about all the stuff that's going on in the Catholic faith. Yes, I get it. It's not perfect, but no religion actually is. No, when it comes to domination of Christianity is perfect. Um, at the end of the day, I'm just proud to be a Christian and I'm proud to be a Catholic. With that said and done, we're at my favorite time of year as being a Catholic Christian. We're at Holy Week. Tonight is the Last Supper. God gave up His only Son, and church tonight was pretty dead. I have a main event to this whole thing about Holy Thursday, and I'll get to that at the end. But before prior to that, I just have a couple notes down. It was funny. I just go everything by what's up here. When it comes to Holy Week, church had been full. It was a bilingual mass, which was it's awesome, even though I only understand half of it. Um, Fact is, it's awesome. It really actually is, and it's one of those things where getting people together from different, I guess, ethnicities. I suck at big words. Um, aka whites and Hispanics. It's an awesome thing in reality. Because in reality, it's the future of America. It already actually is here. Let's be honest. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, hopefully in the near future we won't need a bilingual mass. It'll be just all English. Here in America, yes, we're gonna get back to Holy Thursday, but here in America, it should be straight English. If you come to this country, it doesn't matter which nation you're from. Yeah, you have your homeland language, but here in America, your main language is English, and everybody should know it if they're going to live here. But let's go back to Holy Thursday. The Mass was awesome, and we're done talking about the Mass part. Let's talk about the whole reason why we're celebrating this great day that is actually Holy Thursday. First and foremost, Jesus, God's Son, with His 12 disciples, had the Last Supper and did the washing of the feet and pretty much said, like I did to you, you will do to others. Because He was the master and the teacher, and now He Himself washed their feet. To me, that's actually huge when you think about it, because He's supposed to be this person way the heck up here, and He puts Himself down here. Just think about that. Isn't that a glorious thing when it comes down to the whole thing that is about God and God's Son, the Messiah, aka Christ? Um, that's a great thing when it comes down to it. This man actually did this to the disciples that they're like, "What the heck is going on here? Why are you doing this? We should be doing this to you and not the other way around?" But no, Jesus was like, "You'll understand soon enough." And sure as hell, they do learn within a short period of time why He did what He did. Even even the betrayer Judas is like, "Oh crap, what have I done?" Um, just over 2,000 years ago, this whole thing actually happened. Isn't it? That's insane, actually, to think about it. We still celebrate the same way, though. It's awesome. And Holy Week, when it comes down to it, after you go to all the trinity of the services, I've always felt closer to God. It only lasts for a little bit of time. Unless you keep going to church and you keep, you got to keep praying. I'm guilty of this. But for that little bit of period of time, you're basically one with them up there in the pearly gates. You feel uplifted. You feel like there is no other feeling. And every year it's the same thing. I know it won't take much for me to keep it going, but let's be honest, with our hectic lives, it's tough. For Holy Week, it's like we put everything into this, and it should be like that daily. I get it. I should pray more, and I get that as well. Um, I try to make church weekly, and we do a pretty good job. Not gonna lie. In the end, though, when it comes to Holy Thursday, it's not only is it does it show what Jesus was about to give up, but it was what God was willing to give up for us. I know it's only the beginning of the whole Trinity thing. Tonight is just the Last Supper and the betrayal, but the things to come is going a little bit batshit crazy. I tell you that much. I know you all know the story. We're not going to talk about Good Friday quite yet because you know what? That's for a different time. The fact though, Jesus went to the garden and he prayed that it could pass, and he knew that it could not pass. And the fact that God knew this had to happen for this whole thing to actually happen, to pass, for people to understand exactly what God's intention was, to understand exactly what Jesus had to do. To me, that's kind of insane. Jesus took up one of the worst kind of deaths, especially back then. I think there's actually worse deaths nowadays, but crucifixion. He knew this was actually going to happen. He knew it was all about to pass. But at the end of the day, Jesus still accepted it because he knew what he was put on this earth for. The biggest reason why Jesus was put on this earth for. The Last Supper, by far, is the most important meal in the history of meals. He knew exactly what he was going to get himself into. He knew exactly what was actually about to happen. And he knew one of the 12 was about to betray him. The ultimate betrayal. But he knew about it already. And that's the thing about it. It's like, and he still actually had the Last Supper with the Judas, as you could call him. That tells you something. It's a glorious thing, the fact that Jesus did what he did, knowing the outcome, long time before it came to pass, long time before that whole thing actually went to pass and came through. He knew it. And at the end of the day, he, that shows you why his name was Jesus. Not Jesus, Jesus. I might have to sneeze. I feel one coming on. It's like, really, I'm going live. This is not even a long one. And right now when I'm going live. And it's about Holy Week. I might have to mute this for a second. I'm going to try to see if I can't hold this in. Dang you, Satan. Dang you, Satan. This is actually the dang devil's work. I'm done talking about Holy Thursday. I want to talk about something else because I went to that mass slash service tonight. I want to talk about something that really kind of, upsets me. Maybe this is why I got to sneeze, but I was not there for that part, which I'm dang happy for. So on Holy Thursday, they bring in the stupid incense, and the incense is one of the biggest, stupidest symbols in the Catholic faith. I think, well, there's probably other denominations that actually have it as well, but there's a lot of people that can't handle incense. My mother is one of them, and she was not there, but it's more so the fact that I can't take a lot of stuff that she can't either, so I try not to even worry about it, so I just leave right away. So after communion, I was like, I'm gonna stand in the back until they get that crap out. And what really chaps my behind on this whole thing, um, there is a lot of people that don't go to church for one reason or the other. Church was not more than a little over a Saturday evening mass. and yet they still got to bring the stupid symbol out. There's be people that actually go there, but they choose to bring the symbol out that actually rises. That was made for back in the day, um, places of worship where there was no roof. Here there's a ceiling. Here there is a roof. All it does is spread throughout the building. And if you can't handle that kind of stuff, it just becomes something where you can't handle it and you got to walk out. Then you look like a jack wagon, and nobody wants to look like a jack wagon. Let's be honest. The fact is, I after communion, I went to the back of church. I was like, I'm not gonna stay here for that part. I'm not gonna walk out when they're walking around with the stupid incense. Here's the thing: I don't care if you have the thing and you have it chime and whatever. Just don't put any incense in it. It's a symbol anyway. The whole rigmarole of this whole concept is a symbol. It's not God. It's not Christ. Yes, the smoke goes to heaven. Well, goes to the skies, or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, this smell is not going to heaven. It's just going in the atmosphere. And I'm surprised, like, the Democrats are not trying to go after that. Come on. I had to do one little political joke. That is funny. I don't care what people say. It's funny right there. At the end, I just think incense is a silly, silly symbol that should be stopped. You can have your you can have your thing where you're going around the Eucharist and that kind of stuff and around the coffin. Just don't have the incense in it. The smoke is a silly symbol. And all I got to say is this. At the end of the day, I enjoy the Holy Week masses, but there's certain things they could take out, aka incense. And I wish church would be fuller, but I know Thursday evenings people are busy, whether they're maybe working or they have other activities. Be honest, I haven't been to a Holy Thursday in like 2 years, so it was nice going back to a Holy Thursday Mass. I was like, if I'm doing these lives on here about the Holy Week, I should really be going to at least the Mass slash services. I will be going tomorrow again, but I'm not sure if I'll be going live. I might be waiting until after the Easter Vigil on Saturday, which will be probably about the same time it is tonight. But that one will be longer because then I could talk about the rest of it if I don't go live tomorrow. I think it's all I really wanted to say. Jesus, thank you for doing the ultimate sin, or not the sin, but the ultimate sacrifice to actually save us from our sins. Boy, I almost screwed up on that one. Hell yeah, good times. But thank you, Jesus. I always have a picture of Jesus. Actually, where I'd be sitting, he's that from me, but being it's a camera, he's that way. I'm gonna look at him right now. There he is, Jesus. Once again, we love you and we praise you for that, what you did. And by the way, to the left out there, that one always do a whole thing about the color of Jesus' skin. I'll talk to you right now about that. I don't give a shit what crap of a shade he was. We all know he was not white. He was not living in a white area. You people on the left got to stop, making something about everything. I think it's silly at the end of the day, the fact that everything's got to do with shade, everything's got to do with sex, everything's got to do with your IQ. IQ, I get it, especially when it comes to jobs. But this Holy Thursday thing, when it comes to Jesus, we know he was not white like I am. And I'm okay with that. It's about your faith. And that's one of the greatest things about God. You have every right to not believe in him, and he's okay with that because it's called your he gave you free will to believe or not believe. That's what I love about God. But I think I'm going to end it with right there. But happy Holy Thursday and rest of the Holy Week. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Happy holidays and happy Easter. If I don't do a live before Easter, I never know when I'm going to go live. All of a sudden something happens. Once I get more legit on here, then I'll be telling people, no, 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 Dez has got to go live. It's Holy Week. It's Holy Week. A bridge went down. I got to talk about that. I got to talk about certain current events. Well, once this becomes actually more legit, I will be going more legitly live. By the way, though, if I don't go live before Easter, which I plan on going live on Saturday for sure, it all depends on work tomorrow and after work and after service. So I got some stuff going on in the evening. Otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday or Saturday night. Once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Happy holidays and happy Easter.